Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us over here in Ronda, Spain. And what I came over here to do is I came over here specifically to see one thing. We want to look at a humongous bridge. It's I think it's the Nueva Puente or something like that. Anyway, it's a bridge that was started in 1759 and it took 34 years to build. And it actually had a prison inside of it at one point. So we're gonna look at this and then we'll walk over and we'll look at the old town of Ronda up on the hill. This is a really cool area. It's got all these whitewashed houses and stuff like that. So let's see what we see today. Now from up here on the viewpoint, this is about as good a view as we can get of it. Now right there, that little door, that's where they actually had at one point had a prison inside of it. And this connects the old town to the new town. The new town is over there, and then the old town is over here on this little hill. And this is a massive chasm. And what's kind of interesting is they have a little trail down there, and the people can walk along it, but they have to wear hard hats. And you can see way down into the little chasm here. But what a fantastic bridge. Yeah, I drove several hours to get over here. I kind of made it a point to come and check this out. And then you can see the whitewashed houses on the other side and how they're built. They're just right on, right on the canyon. It's something else. And then you can see down over this way goes into the rest of the valley with the olive trees and stuff like that. All right, so let's go up into the old town now. This bridge is fantastic though. Definitely worth coming over here to see. Now what's in there is the interpretation center, and it's $2.50 to get in. And check this out, you see the chasm that this is covering, and then you have the stairs over there. And down there some of the old buildings and stuff. You can see like a cave that they dug into that hill over there. Yeah, and then you look down into the valley with the olive trees and everything. Yeah, looks like over there might be the best view of the bridge. Yeah, you drive your car across the bridge. This is how I came into town. You just come right up on it, and there's just people scurrying all over this bridge. It's pretty cool. It's definitely the highlight of this area. And then let's look over the rail here. Oh, there's another little bridge over there. It's not as impressive as this one though. Just this canyon is just absolutely, like this is a serious rugged canyon. Yeah, how would you have liked to had to build this bridge over this little canyon? Oh, it's something else. Really cool houses. That's a little restaurant, stuff like that there. And then we'll walk over here. Let's see what this viewpoint looks like. Yeah, this is the view down the canyon here. See the leaves falling down into the river. And you can go around over there. I wonder what that is. There's supposed to be some steps that goes from one of the old Moorish palaces here that goes to 200 steps down to the river. And then here's the bridge from over here. Imagine taking 34 years to build this bridge. That would be something. They had to put all those brick there. Oh, what an undertaking. And then the old town over there. And it looks like the clouds are rolling in a little bit here, a little windy. Okay, so let's walk into the old town and explore that a little bit. Right over here, that's the tourism place of Ronda. They have this little courtyard. And then the old town goes up in this way. And it's just like all these old Spanish towns, really narrow streets. Really a charming area. It's just not built for cars, so parking is an absolute premium here. So you got all your touristy things, postcards, souvenirs, little coffee shops, snacks, stuff like that. Yeah, we'll walk down this way, see what the old town has to offer. It's pretty quiet right now. I just heard a guy saying that this town is really quiet today, which is a good thing. Less people to dodge that are out doing all their photo shoots and stuff. Yeah, you can see some really cool architecture here. Lots of old churches, and in this area, this was controlled by the Moors. So there's some of the Moorish architecture here. You know, all their homes here have the little balconies and stuff. Got to park on these hills. Yeah, I don't envy the residents here. But they are masters at parallel parking, I will give them that. Just cool little narrow alleys and stuff. Oh, really fun. Yeah, this isn't going to be much fun leaving here. So we're going to have to hike up this hill to find the car again. Now, how would you like to live on this street right here? You want to talk about a parking nightmare. Holy cow. Yeah, I'm white knuckle driving around here. I wouldn't want to be on it every single day. And we have a church down here. Let's go take a look at the church. Looks like the old church is locked up. Have the bells up there. I really like the whitewashed walls of this church. It's really simple, pretty cool. They're doing a lot of renovation down here. It looks like they're redoing the road. Yeah, you can see the guys in here working. And you can see up in there their houses and stuff. And then that's pretty cool. That's a little walkway along the canyon. Yeah, this is the Convento Madre de Dios. And just down here on one of these little side streets. Yeah, really a cool little village. Another one of these narrow streets. Up and down. It's like if you go to Korea, all their towns are built on hills. So you're either walking uphill or downhill all the time. But the people there are in fantastic shape. You see the oldsters that are pretty spry. They go climbing the hills all day, every day. And you can see over here how dry the countryside is. Lots of olive trees, lots of grapes, and they grow a lot of hay here also. And then this is like the old city wall. They haven't got this whitewash, it's just the old bricks exposed, but everything else up in there is whitewashed. You can see the old houses that they have built into the top of the wall though. They're all defunct now. So almost over here where I wanted to go. There's a the Arab Bath archaeological site that's down here. And we're right here on a little bridge. Gotta avoid getting ran over. And then you can see more of the area over this way. Yeah, this is where a little bit of water, so you see how green it is. Yeah, pretty cool. You can go up those little stairs. I think that'll eventually take you up there. All right, this is the start of the Arab baths. You got that cat there drinking water. And this used to be a bath that was very similar to what the Romans did, with the cold, hot, and then like the steam. And this would have been the first thing you seen in the old days when you came here. Now this is a pay site. It's $4.50 each to get in here. Yeah, that cat's loving it right there. He's doing his thing. All right, so let's go in here and look at this. Now there was some talk about how part of the walls here at Ronda were destroyed during the reconquest of the Iberian Peninsula. And they tried to rebuild it, and there's all kinds of history in this region with lots of fighting and all of that. All right, so this is down in the baths. So a Roman bath would have been kind of the center point of a whole community. There would have been libraries and parks and ball games and everything else around the bath. Plus it was a way just for people to sit and relax. So I'm sure the Turkish baths were very similar. So we just have the arches, or not the Turkish baths, but the Arab bath here. This over here would have been the latrine. So the Romans had like a piece of like slate or marble, and they would have the holes just cut in it. I'm not sure what they did. And then they would drain and wash right out into the central drain system and out into the rivers and stuff. Let's go in here. So these are supposed to be the best preserved baths in all of the Iberian Peninsula. And this would have been whitewashed. There would have been murals and stuff, I'm sure, painted on it. And you could see the bricks, how they laid them out in a pattern, kind of a herringbone design. You can see it has a little arch with the kind of a cool little notch in the top to let in natural light. Oh, really nice. So this was the Sala Fria, or the cold room. Check out these columns and arches though. Oh, that's really nice. And you can see the little Arabic styling with those little miniature domes. Yeah, this is a larger room than the cold room. This is the Sala Templada, or the warm room. It's in fantastic shape though. Okay, so this is the hot room, and they show a little video, and it has over here places for the water storage, and they would have had a big furnace over here, and they would have had a fire, and then they would have pumped water through this whole site. Yeah, so let's go out to this part of it. Yeah, they had a pump system where they used oxen, and they would pump them up to the top, and then water would flow down, and then they would heat it up, and then they would get steam off the fire also. And this over here is the garden. So what they would do is they would come in here and purify themselves before they went like into a mosque or into the bath, relax the mind and the body. So they recreated that little garden here. And what this is, right here would have been the water wheel. This is where they would have pumped it. So they would have had an animal up here, like a donkey or oxen or something like that, turning the water wheel, and it would have pumped the water up to here, and then we got in this little trench, and it would flow down the wall into the bath. And it's kind of interesting. You still have horses over here. I don't think these horses were alive when this bath was used. Yeah, it's pretty cool looking up into the old city though. All right, I think we've seen about everything here at this bath. You can see they put the arches here in this little miniature aqueduct, and then that would have went into the hot room over there. And that might have been where they had like the furnace and stuff, is right over here. You can see all the columns and stuff that are just laying out here, the bits and pieces of the old like walkway and everything here. And you can see what's left of all the old rooms and stuff here. Looks like they would have had plaster and everything on the outside here. There's a little bit left. So this is the top of it. So we were walking around today. They put these little pieces of glass over those viewpoints to keep the rain out. So you had the different rooms here, the dressing room, the pools. They would have had a massage in there, and then the water vapor and the steam and the boiler would have been over this way. And this is what the seats looked like that they would have sat on. So they would have sat right there, and the water would have came over the top of them. All right, so we're done in the baths. Let's climb some stairs and go to see something else here. Yeah, this looks like the 200 steps I read about online here. Yeah, so we're still climbing away. The stairs are kind of not in use, just a little trail over here. Whew. Yeah, this is a nice view. So that's that church we were looking at just a bit ago. And then down here is the baths amongst all those trees. You can see the old wall. Yeah, and then up that way is the bridge. So it looks like they had another wall right down there across the bottom. You can see some of the remnants out there also. And a guy running his tractor over there plowing. Yeah, plowing these hills is a lot like if you've ever been up through Idaho. They farm all the hill country just like this. So here's actually the battlements, so they could fire through that slit right there. Yeah, you can go up on a fortification here. Let's take a look. Yeah, this is cool. You can walk along the top of this old wall here. And they have a place back here the soldiers could have mustered. And then places to eat and stuff up there. So we can go up onto the tower also. Yeah, so Here's the lookout tower. Places for the guys to look out. And we're quite a ways up here. You can see that little trail over there leads you over to the bridge. Is the Convento de Santiago, or Santo Domingo. Let's look in here if it's open. All right, so this is what this church looks like. Has all the mural paintings on the wall and the stained glass. The normal stuff you see here in a Catholic church. And here's the place for the priest. Yeah, really a nice place. And the second level up there. So we have another church here. And a big group of people out here. Some tour group. Yeah, really a nice church. It's $4.50 to go in there per person. I think we'll skip it. We're just looking at the old town anyway. Some more little narrow streets and stuff. Kind of a cool looking church from the side here. We've seen a lot of churches on this trip, so this one here won't compare to some that we saw. Check out some of my other videos from Spain to see some of the cool churches we've seen. Okay, so this is what the last thing we'll look at here. This is the Mondragon Palace, which has been converted into the Museum of Ronda. And this is the old Moorish sultans or king, whatever they called him. This was where he stayed. It's €4 each to come in here, which is actually cheaper than the bath. Yeah, this is really cool. So you got the tile work with the little fountain and stuff. And then these are the tops of the columns. Now I was reading about it that these column tops are kind of like an adaptation to the Corinthian columns that the Romans used. Kind of interesting. You can see the old walls. And they had these fountains. It would have been quite pleasant. And then they would have had a little garden out here. Oh yeah, this is really pleasant here with the flowers on the wall. And then they have the little fountains here. And then you'd have had a fantastic view from up here on the hill. Yeah, this is the view they would have had. And then you got the walls, and it's up on this cliff. And then this is the old palace. This is a 17th century building. Yeah, it was restored in the 17th century and again in the 18th century. Yeah, it's quite nice. Oh, now this is really beautiful. You see the tile work up there, all those little bricks, and the columns are really cool. With like a marble column on the bottom, and then it's larger up top. You can see over here they have the little balconies. Yeah, really nice. Yeah, and another little beautiful terrace here. Part of it's closed off over there. You got these nice cedar trees here. And you can see this is the original walls before they whitewashed them. So it would have been really spectacular. Yeah, really cool. This is up on the second story. And you can see the murals that they painted in here all across the top. They're pretty faded now. And they have quite a bit of stuff here talking about the history of it, pottery, everything else. It's in English and Spanish. And in the museum here they have all kinds of displays talking about the Iron Age, the Neolithic area, and all the way up to modern day. Some interesting displays. That's going to finish up our video over here in Ronda. I wanted to see the bridge, and then I also wanted to walk around down here, look at some of the old stuff. I wanted to look at this old palace, and I wanted to look at the Arab baths. There's quite a few churches and some other things to see here. There's the Plaza del Toros, where they have the bullfighting arena and a bunch of other stuff. But anyway, this is a cool town. The bridge is what brought me over here, but there's quite a bit more to see, and you can just go out here and explore all of these little side streets and everything else, and just have a really good time. I've enjoyed this. We're gonna go find something to eat and do a little bit more exploring and all of that stuff. But you got to see the majority of what I wanted to see today. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, definitely smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and then you get to see more content of stuff like this that I see and do. So if you like this, it's just the open narrative, unscripted, just me showing you what I see. So if you like it, then you found the right place. And leave me a comment. If you have any questions, or if you've been here, let me know what your opinion of Ronda was. And until next time, from over here in Spain, remember, life is a journey. Until next time, enjoy.